Real estate is, I think, in my opinion, is the best asset class. If you want to start doing investing with this, take action, learn as much as you can, assess yourself where you're at, where you want to go, and find out what's your why. So that's pretty much what's going to drive you to be successful in this business.
So you raised money. How did you raise the money?
I am actually on the mission to, educate them and tell them that there's an option outside W-2 and the 401ks that we have.
Welcome back to Multifamily Rockstars. And as you guys know, this is where we interview people that are just flat out crushing it in this business. And we show you the inside scoop into how multifamily investors are creating massive success, not just in their businesses, but, we also talk about their lives. And as always, I've got my co-host, who's the director of my massive action team for my Warrior mentorship program, Mark Nagy on. Hey, bud.
Hey, Rod. Hey, happy to be back after another insanely crazy busy virtual boot camp recently. So glad to get back to it.
Right. Yeah. If you guys missed the virtual boot camp that we just had, it was a lot of fun. I think we had upwards of 500 people. But I will tell you, the next one is live in person. In September. It's the only one I do in person like that a year, just because they're brutal on me. It's 3 days. And a lot of fun. Should be about 1,000 people there. There'll be a bunch of warriors there, of course, because we tell them to come. We discovered a long time ago our most successful warriors are the ones that are the most connected inside the warrior community. And so, but anyway, today we've got an awesome guest. His name is Armel Bayot, and Armel's from the Philippines, and I think he joined the warrior program in December of 21. And welcome to the show, buddy.
Hi, Rod. Yeah. Hi, Mark. I'm happy to be here.
Glad to have you.
Glad to have you. Exactly. So why don't you start off like we always do and just give a little bit of your background. It's a very interesting background. You're an immigrant like I am. So tell us who you are.
Yeah. So I'm from the beautiful islands of the Philippines. I was born and raised there. Pretty much grew up with my grandma. I lost my mom when I was 7 because of breast cancer. And since then, I've been kind of helping my grandma with her little business in the Philippines. And that's where I first got exposed with entrepreneurship. So I've been helping her. And as the eldest of the 3 siblings, I was kind of looking after my younger siblings who are living with us. So kind of like the immigrant story, I went to school in the Philippines. Initially, I would love to be an engineer because I love math back then. But for some reason, I flanked all the entrance exams in the universities back there. So I talked to my dad, and then he told me, why don't you just be in the medical field? Like, my uncles and my aunts were like doctors and dentists back home. So he said, why don't you just take nursing? Took nursing, graduated nursing in 1996, worked as a labor and delivery nurse back then because my uncle has a little community hospital. So I delivered a lot of babies back then.
Nice.
To emergency room, and then moved here in 1999. And fast forward, my first real estate experience was in 2005 or 6 when I bought a couple of homes in Sparks, Nevada. Didn't know anything about real estate. As far as I know, every month we're negative cash flow. There's something to be fixed. And then the market crashed. I said, I think real estate's not for me. Just did some side hustles. Started a medical supply business. I still have it right now, knocking doors and cold calling. And then 2018, I'm a big fan of Kevin O'Leary. So he had like a little seminar here in the Bay Area. I attended it, and he talked about stocks and real estate. And then I went to the real estate, deep dive on that. So I went to that. There's this flipper from Boston. I guess he's like an HDTV, guy. And then he was selling.
You just educated yourself basically. I know it looks you had Brandon Turner's name down here with Bigger Pockets.
Right.
You worked with him, and I guess you came across me. It looks like when I got interviewed on the multifamily version of Bigger Pockets with Terrence Doyle, really nice guy in Denver. I was actually in Denver, and he's like, "Hey, let's interview," and I'm like, "Sure, I was there." But so that's how you found us, and then you joined the Warrior Program in December of 21. Is that right?
Yes, sir. December 20.
All right.
And
it's been all downhill since then, right?
Bring it to you.
So you're in I think it's 66 units now.
Yep.
And you've done those with other warriors. Talk about your first deal that you took down. What was the first one you took down in the Warrior Program?
Yeah, it was a 66 unit. This is in.
So it's the one deal. Okay, so it's been one deal so far. Got it.
Yeah,
okay. Okay, so a 66 unit. Where is it?
It's in Columbia, South Carolina. It's a value.
Oh, good market.
Yeah.
Good market. We own one there as well in Columbia. Okay, good. Fantastic. A value add deal. You did it with some warriors. And so you were involved from the beginning, involved in the due diligence, raising capital, the whole thing?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Wonderful. You started in single family. What caused you to switch over to multifamily? What caused you to make that decision?
Yeah, the biggest thing is the economies of scale. When you learn about multifamily, there's a lot of ways to increase the value of a property. And you can leverage your money and you can leverage the manpower. It's a team sport. And that's what I like. It's being in the medical field, saving lives in the emergency room, it takes a team. So that's what I like, multifamily.
Right. Hey, hang on one sec, Mark. I want to follow up with something. In single family and residential multifamily, like a duplex, triplex, fourplex, you're pretty much locked into whatever the comparables properties have sold for. So they use comps to determine the value. And of course, the beautiful thing about what we do is commercial multifamily is valued on a multiple of the net income, and you're able to force that appreciation by increasing the net income, which is, of course, why we love this business, right? So I just wanted to mention that. Go ahead, Mark.
No, you talked about team, and a question I get so often, very, very often from people is, okay, I have no multifamily experience. Why would people want to work with me? And I know you came into the group with no multifamily deals, no multifamily experience, like most of our warriors. But why do you think people listened to you and were willing to work with you, even though you hadn't done any multifamily deals before?
Good question.
That's a good question, Marcus. In multifamily, I think all of us, as like what Rod says, we have our own superpowers. So we can tap on that and we can add value to the team. If you're good in math, if you're, good in, talking to people. So if the team is needing that kind of talent to take down a big project, so, if they like and trust you, they would, bring you to the team and be part of it.
And that's what happened with you, yes? And so you were involved, like I said, you were there for the due diligence. Did you actually raise some money as well?
Yes, that's pretty much more I focused on, raise capital, because I'm here from California.
A lot of money in IT, a lot of money in IT in San Francisco for sure. So that would definitely be what I would have suggested. Good. So, in this process for you so far, have there been any like aha moments, any epiphanies where you're like, okay, now I get it? And I know I didn't prepare you for these questions, so just do the best you can with it.
Yeah. One epiphany is I don't have to do everything like in single family homes. I found out that, I might be good in underwriting or with numbers, but they're actually better people who can do that for me. So I try to just focus on my strength, not on my weakness. And I just, try to work on that and add value to the team that I'm going to be working with.
Yeah. A quick follow-up. So you raised money. How did you raise the money? Did you go to friends and family? Did you go to a business circle? Talk about raising money for a minute.
So yeah, in the beginning, it was when I was in single family and transition to multifamily. I didn't know how to raise money. So just getting out of my comfort zone, I start talking to friends and family. At work. There's a lot of healthcare people that doesn't know this business. So I am actually on the mission to educate them and tell them that there's an option outside W-2 and the 401ks that we have. So I'm passionate to just teach them about this business and learn there's an option outside our careers.
Right. And a lot of people don't know it, or they're afraid of it. By the way, guys, I did a 4-hour masterclass over 2 days on raising capital. And it was the same training that I trained my warriors at my last warrior event. And so it's really detailed and really deep dive on raising capital. So if that's something you want to check out, I know it's in the big multifamily group. And if you're not in the big multifamily group, go to rodslinks.com and there's a link there. My podcast link there is obviously, and the bootcamp link is there as well. But go to the big multifamily group, and that's where we recorded it, and it's really valuable on raising capital. So I just want to throw that out there.
So Armel, what do you think? We've talked about team, partnering with other people, economies of scale, being able to do bigger deals. Obviously, 66 is quite a bit bigger than one. But what do you think your real estate journey would have looked like if you did not team up with others and you just did everything yourself? What would it have been? Single family? Would it have been just smaller multi? What do you think that would have looked like?
Yeah, I'll probably stick with investing out of state. I still have a small portfolio in Florida, and I'll probably still doing one rental at a time, and might be a longer process, and it's probably gonna outwork me, and still working in my W-2, probably a slower process, and I wouldn't find amazing people who are doing bigger things in life, which I want to do as well.
Who you hang out with is who you become. And that's why I think the warrior community has just been so incredible. I think we're still counting, but I think we're going to push between 160 and 170,000 units that the warriors own now, which just blows my mind. But I know you listen to my podcast, but and we do these Own Your Power clips where I'm just talking about motivational content, ways to build yourself up, and goal setting and visualization and so on and so forth. So sometimes I like to ask, where do you get your drive, buddy? What makes you jump out of bed in the morning and conquer the day?
Yeah, so pretty much I like to have that, besides the time and financial freedom and taking care of my family. That's one of my biggest why, but my other biggest why is personal. So I believe that at the end of our life here on earth, and not being too religious, I think at the end of our time here in the world, we will meet our creator, and we will meet that best version of ourselves, and he will the creator will tell us, this is supposedly to be you, and I don't want to have that regret, and meet him that, man, I should have be that best version of myself while I'm living in earth. So pretty much that's one of my biggest.
What a great answer. What a great answer, buddy. That's an awesome answer. And I'm going to tell you, we did we're going to be doing a Hall of Fame at the Orlando boot camp for warriors as well. We'll pick 10 warriors for a Hall of Fame. And we did that at the last big live event that we'd had. And I noticed a pattern between the warriors that got the award, because we did a slide for each one of them that just talked about their accolades and things they'd done, how many doors they had, so on and so forth. And every single one of them made the world better through some philanthropic endeavor, like, helping veteran suicide, homelessness, sexual trafficking, some of these horrible things that are happening in the world. And it was just extraordinary to see that every single one of them gave back. I'm like, holy, and I told the 1,000 people there. Like, do you see a pattern here? Are you getting the clue? You know, success comes to those who serve and make the world a better place. So,
Good too, because comparison, they say comparison, you should never compare yourself to others. You compare yourself to a billionaire, you're going to feel bad. You compare yourself to a homeless person, you're going to feel good. That doesn't get you anywhere. But like what Armel said, just compare yourself to the best version of what you can be. And that's what, is a big try. I love that. Now for those people listening that maybe are running a business, or the W-2 employees that are thinking, okay, how can I add this in? How can I do multifamily on top of my job, my kids, my business, whatever? What advice do you think you'd give them?
If they want to be in this space of commercial multifamily, the best thing I could, advise them is just immerse yourself to this space. Be connected with the people that you like and you trust. If you want to start doing investing with this, you just take action. Learn as much as you can. Assess yourself where you're at or where you want to go, and find out what's your why. So that's that's pretty much what's going to drive you to be successful in this business.
Nice. Yeah. You've been to one of my boot camps, right?
Yeah, I've been twice. I've been in Orlando and Denver last year.
Oh, no kidding. You were there when my mom was there. Oh, wow. Yeah. I've lost my mom since then, but I was behind the curtain crying because she's the whole reason, that I did this. So, wow, that was a real pivotal event for me.
Oh, at that first event in Orlando, right? That's when you ended up becoming a warrior, jumping on the team. What was that shifting point for you that made you to decide to even, do something like this versus just going home, taking the knowledge and doing it on your own?
Yeah. So when I attended the Orlando boot camp, first of all, it was great. It was amazing. It made me cry. Rod spoke to my heart, and being a Tony Robbins fan, you really spoke to my heart. And getting into transitioning to multifamily, I mean, I could probably just listen to thousands of free videos and stuff, but I want to have somebody who will kind of guide me, have a coach and a mentor. And I've always learned that if you connect yourself with somebody who's done it before and will teach you and show you the way, so you can make your progress quicker, faster, and you will have lesser mistakes. So having a mentor and a coach is the way to do it. So that's why when I was in Orlando, I just jump in and, hey, sign me up. I like to have a mentor. I want to learn more in this, and I'm going 100%.
Nice. So you've heard about my warrior coaching program, and you're serious about going to the next level in your life. Text CRUSH to 72345 and see how my team can help you acquire impact and income and freedom through apartment investing. Again, just text CRUSH to 72345 to apply to our program. So Armel, another question, this kind of, and it can be relating to life or business, but what's some of the best advice you've ever received?
Best advice I've ever received. That's a really good question, Rod. Don't be fearful. Just try to, there's three ways to actually deal with fear. First is you can just forget everything and run. Second, you can face everything and rise. Or the last one is you can just, see it as a false evidence appearing real. So a lot of us, we fear a lot of things in life. We stay in our comfort zone. We don't want to do big things, but, we are made in the image and likeness of God. I mean, I'm not being religious again, but we are built to make big things. So
yeah. That's it. And it's so sad. A lot of people don't, but we are made to do amazing things. So let me ask you this. How did you get over the fear of getting involved in that 66 unit deal? How did you push through that fear? Because I know it was there. And how did you get through the fear of raising money? You know, because I'm sure you had to commit, say, okay, guys, I can bring this much to the table. How'd you get past that fear?
You know, Rod, they said, inaction fertilizes fear. So I just, start talking to people, being passionate about it, and, not think that you're trying to sell something. We're in this business, we're trying to give this opportunity to people to have an option in life. And it's not about, just getting their money and all that stuff, but we're trying to help everybody in the community and people in this business and people who doesn't know this business. So just take massive action.
Nice.
Well,
massive freaking action.
It always comes down to that. On that topic, obviously the stock market is not doing that great. Bitcoin, everything is fluctuating all over the place. What were some of the responses or biggest reasons why people were even willing to give you capital to go into multifamily instead of just holding on to it, keeping in the stock market, whatever? What were some of the things that they said that made them convince themselves to do it?
Well, real estate is I think, in my opinion, is the best asset class. You can leverage it. There's a cash flow, there's equity, and there's a lot of tax benefits. So, and people, they don't get that in stocks. When they learn about commercial multifamily real estate, they were amazed, and they didn't know that this exists. So when they see the volatility in the stock market right now, and they don't have a lot of control about it, and they see how you can actually have more control in big assets like this, because it's all about NOI. It's not about, the after repair value, like the single family homes, but it's basically based on what I call the ARR, the after renovation rent is where you get, the value of your property. So when they saw that, hey, I want to be part of it, and they see the return better than 401k. 401k is like 5-7% annually, wherein you can earn 15-20% in this business. So it's a no-brainer.
Kind of a no-brainer. Yeah, no, I love it. So, in that vein around what's happening with the stock market and everything happening economically, let me tell you about a bomb that's coming. And I talked about it on a Facebook Live I just did, but it's not being talked about a lot, and that is rate caps. A third of all commercial real estate debt right now is adjustable rate, and that's a third. And, properties have really stopped. The sales have really dropped through the floor. We're having about a 75% year-over-year decline in the first quarter of this year. And, because the interest rates have gone up, so have cap rates, making it much harder to refinance as well. So there's about 1.6 trillion in commercial debt coming due by the end of next year. And they either have to sell or they have to refinance. Here's the killer. Rate caps have gone through the roof because you have to buy a cap so that the continues to increase. You're locked in at a lower rate. Otherwise, properties will go under. And so these lenders know they have to charge a rate cap. Let me give you an example of what's happened. In 2020, if you wanted to put a rate cap on a $100 million loan, for example, and I just pulled these numbers from an article that I read. $100 million loan in 2020, 3-year rate cap for 3%. So it wouldn't go up more than 3%. It was about $23,000. That same $100 million loan today for a 1-year rate cap is 2.3 million, 23,000, 2.3 million. And a lot of people don't have that kind of money, these operators. So there's going to be deals. And so when I tell you, if there was ever a time to learn this business, it's right now, because the deals are coming. Okay. And so, but you got to get up to speed. So whether it's my boot camp or whatever, but you get up to speed as fast as you can, because it's coming. And I think it's really going to hit first quarter, maybe even the last quarter this year, but definitely first quarter next year. Well, listen, Armel, I appreciate you coming on the show, buddy. It's a lot of fun and great to see you. And hopefully we'll see you in Orlando again at the boot camp. All right, my friend.
Good to see you.
Take care.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thanks, Rod.
All right.